So these are some tips for social media and things to remember when you're creating content, designing content. Number one, what's really important is the two-way conversation. It's really important to remember that you're not trying to push your message out onto your audience. Your audience, we live in a world where people want to interact, they want to engage, they want to be part of the dialogue. They don't want to be spoken at. So really consider that when you're working with your social media content. Think about it yourself, like, do you want to be spoken at, or do you prefer if somebody speaks to you? So it's a two-way conversation, and it's a two-way street. So create content which is engaging, which gets people to interact, maybe ask questions, or open a space that makes people actually ask questions as well, or that they leave their comments on. You want to build that engagement online. You want those people to interact and engage. This will make kind of your organic content far more reachable. So really consider that. What type of content is going to create two-way conversation? Always consider, how will that engage people? Why will people engage with the content you've put up online? The other thing that's really important to do is that it's very important to remember that it's a live channel. Depending on what your company is, you're using the channel as a customer's tool, a tool that allows customers to engage with you online. So if customers are posting stuff online, it's really important that you respond to content, you respond to things that are asked, and that you take action as well. It's really important that your channel is active. I've seen before with companies like Bank of Ireland, where there was comments left on their feed and there was no response, and it turned into a trolling exercise where loads of customers came on and joined the dialogue. It's very important that you make sure that you respond to any of the comments that are left online, because it's an open forum and your reputation is at risk by having that space open. So remember, respond and take action. And this idea of cutting off comments or deleting comments is not really so good. So have a policy guideline set up of how do we respond, what's our methodology of response. Number three, which is really important, I think, is this idea of being real and being personal. It's very important that you remember that most social media is consumed in a kind of a personal space. So we interact with social media probably on our phones, and sometimes it's in downtime, it's when we're on the bus, or it's when we're kind of relaxing. So again, content which is just delivered to sell the message isn't necessarily speaking to the person on a real level. Think about those background stories. Think about how can you bring in like the kind of the authentic side of who you are as an organization, the tone that you're trying to use. Again, this personal or real feeling, or that the authenticity is really important to you delivering the message and building a relationship with your customers through social media. So you're looking for an engaging relationship. So whatever it is that allows you to be more authentic in your content. Encourage sharing. So again, you can lead by example by sharing other companies' content as well on your feed. And what that will do is that it shows that you're open to kind of working with different partners and networking. And the higher the quality of your content, the more opportunity you do for content to be shared. So think about that. What content is going to be something which is of value that people are going to want to consume, and they're going to want to share with their friends or tag with their friends. So consider that. How can you encourage sharing? How can you be part of that journey as well? Last one is get everybody involved, especially when you're a smaller company. You need to be thinking about, again, you can have paid content on social media, but that ends up being quite expensive. So the organic content gets a very, very low interaction. So what type of content is going to get people engaged is what you can do is you can bring your own team on board, get them to comment, get them to like, get them to share. So at the beginning you may use your own community and get people, as many people involved in the company to get kind of how can you bring that story so that other people in the company are involved in the storytelling of what you're trying to do through social media. If it's just from one person's point of view, so think about a social media policy guideline that's set up by the company. Therefore, if other people are involved in that dialogue, that you know what it is that's being said. It's not just this random different sounds. You want to kind of keep a professional tone as well. So there's just some 5 steps to remember when you're doing your social media.